Hey yo, what is going on everybody? Depraved Slasher, and we are back with another music reaction. So, again, as you guys can see, Hellcat's not feeling well. She's laying down. And we were going to do a Melanie Martinez song, but with everything that's been going on lately, I figured this is actually a good time to do another King Crooked song. So this is a track called I Can't Breathe. I have never heard the song. I've heard a snippet of it, but I have not heard the full song. But I do know the song is, and actually it's happened a lot longer ago than I thought it did. It doesn't feel like this much time has passed, but 5 years ago, a man by the name of Eric Garner, black man killed by police. And one of the last things he tells the cops is, "I can't breathe," and that's what this track is about. And the reason I'm bringing this up is I'm not a political person. I'm not somebody that uses my platform to preach and talk to people. If I have a feeling about something, I usually come out and say it. But we have a problem in America right now with black men being killed by the police. Just to be straight up and honest, I mean, here in Indianapolis a couple weeks ago, we had Sean Reed, who was tased and then shot several times live on Facebook. Only thing that happened were the cops were fired. And then a couple days ago in Minneapolis, George Floyd had something very similar happen to him that happened to Eric Garner. In this situation, he was suspected to have written a bad check, so the cops responded to a forgery in progress, just to have two cops holding him down by his legs and arms, while another cop had his knee resting on the back of the dude's neck. And all this for a forgery thing, a possible forgery thing. I wasn't even sure. It's not like the dude intentionally, from what we know, intentionally wrote a bad check if it was a bad check to begin with. And then the cops tried to turn it around and say something along the lines of like, oh, he was resisting arrest or some shit like that to try and cover their tracks. But then there's a video that pops up from one of the guys that own the cameras in the store, and you can clearly see he didn't resist arrest. He went along with what the cops said. And many times in the past, like, I 100% agree, 100%, like, they shouldn't be killing these guys. But at the same, but in the back of my mind, it's like, well, they probably shouldn't have ran, or I try to make up some excuse like that. But like, it's almost to the point, like, if these guys are being killed when they're not resisting arrest, like, I'd fucking try and run. Like, if I didn't know I was going to make it through just a casual situation. Like, it's fucking crazy. Our country is in a disarray. We got people getting mad over sports athletes kneeling to the flag in silent protest, but people not getting near enough mad about a white cop kneeling on the back of a black man's neck. We've got a group of white guys that can go down to the Capitol building in D.C. with their assault rifles and not have anything said to them. Anything at all. They were protesting being quarantined or being told to stay in their homes. But a group of black people protest at the Minnesota, because of the Minnesota killings, and they're tear gassed and beanbagged. Like, you could try and spin it any way you want, but the racial injustices that are being carried out right now in this country are wrong. I'm seeing tweets from people in other countries, black men that were like, I was really looking forward to coming to America. He's like, but I don't even know if that's where I belong at this point. Our fucking country's going, it's fucking crazy right now, man. We're all supposed to be living equal, and we're not. It's just not happening. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into this track. We're going to check it out, break it down. If any of the things that I've said to you previously have bothered you, good. It fucking should. And if it bothers you to the point where you feel like you got to leave, fucking bounce. I don't care. I really don't. So with that being said, we are going to check this out. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it. This is King Crooked, I Can't Breathe. Again, this was originally written for Eric Garner, but I figure we have the exact same situation pop up now. And honestly, I had no clue this was a song, to be 100% honest, until people were talking about it after what happened in Minnesota. So with that being said, let's go ahead and check this out. King Crooked, I Can't Breathe. Let's go.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
The death of Garner incited tensions between the NYPD and minority communities.
As you can see right now, Times Square is covered with protesters. There's about 20 riot cops over there. Other groups have joined and are converging here in Times Square. Today is the ceremony for the lighting of the Rockefeller tree, and there's police officers swarming everywhere to make sure the protesters do not disrupt that ceremony that they're having. But there's hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of protesters right now in the streets right now, blocking all traffic.
And as I see all this, that's something else I wanted to talk about too. I'm seeing posts, a lot of people are posting things on Twitter about Black Lives Matter, and then I also see that it's also trending with All Lives Matter. And don't get me wrong, all lives do matter, but all lives not all lives are being affected by this. It's the Black lives and our white guys. Okay, prime example. Mass shootings. Unless they kill themselves, 9 times out of 10 it's a white guy going in and shooting up a bunch of people, and they're not being shot several times. They're not being people that deserve death going in and again completely mass murdering people. We find a way to apprehend them, put cuffs on them, gently put them in the back of a police car. But a black man might have written a bad check, or maybe have stole a cigar from a fucking gas station or whatever the reason, and they deserve death. Like, seriously, think about what's going on in our country right now. And again, I'm so sick of the All Lives Matter being used to trump the Black Lives Matter movement. Guys, all lives aren't what's being taken right now. It's not. It's black people being killed by white cops for minuscule fucking things.
Huge number of the announcement that Eric Garner, the cop who killed Eric Garner, was not indicted by the police department.
Another problem. These cops that are out here killing people, man, they need to be tried for murder just as much as anybody else. Just because you have a badge doesn't put you above the fucking law. You're there to uphold the law. The law. You're up there to uphold the law and protect and serve, not kill who you see fit. And it's fucking stupid.
They tell me I'm resisting arrest, but I'm only protecting my breath. I can't breathe. The cops say the black man to death. They tell me that mentality left, it didn't leave. See, being black come with a price. Sometimes we gotta pay with our life, our family grieve. The grand jury never indicts. The grand dragon's wearing his white, true indeed.
Not to make light of a situation, I seen a meme. It was a fucked up meme. The other day, it was a picture of Klan members that said white people are out here talking about they don't want to wear a mask on their face when they've been doing it for years. Extremely fucked up because of the whole pandemic thing. But yeah, not to make light of anything. It's just silly shit that pops up on my fucking Twitter feed or my girl's Instagram feed. Oh, nothing.
Oh, nothing.
I love you. You'll see when you watch the reaction. But no, it's... Dude. I fucking love Crook, man.
Jury never indicts. The grand dragon's wearing his white, true indeed. No justice, no peace again. I won't trust the police again. Another black man murdered in the streets by police. He won't hug his own niece again.
Right.
So what's a black mom tell her son? They might hate the mere sight of you. So no, I can't buy that pellet gun. They might try to Tamir Rice you.
Tamir Rice, another young man, killed by police because they thought he had a gun and it was just a pellet gun that was given. See, dude, I'm telling you, like, some fucking bullshit.
Can't buy that pellet gun. They might try to Tamir Rice you. I guess the devil's job is never done. Respect the value of my life too. For me, change may never come, cause I can't change into a white dude. Cops working with the prosecutor. Prosecutor manipulate the grand jury. Grand jury say it's no indictment. Send the community into levels past fury. Protesters on the sidewalk. They say Eric Garner was choked here. I say we burn this whole shit down. But won't nothing change when the smoke clear.
Right.
That's cause the system is broken. Another victim of a choking by a modern day lynch mob. The cops probably wish they could have roped them. How many tears gotta fall? How many peers gotta fall? The cops kill instead of capture. A black man of that stature. How many fears were involved? How many cheered what they saw? See, equality's the problem.
The amount of racism in our country is sickening. It's just sickening. And 100%, if you're one of those people that are cheering this shit going on, you're the problem in this fucking country. Straight up.
How many cheered what they saw? See, equality's the problem. How many years till it's solved? I think somebody want a race riot, but hip-hop isn't swayed by it. Too many black rappers selling out. You white rappers shouldn't stay quiet. Stay quiet.
Right.
Put your hand behind you.
Now I do remember this song being talked about for a little bit during the Eminem interviews with Sway, back when Kamikaze dropped, or after Kamikaze dropped, before he dropped his diss track back on MGK. And I remember Eminem saying something along the lines of, that line specifically hitting pretty hard. Because there's not enough popular heads, I guess popular white people, in really any setting, really standing up for the injustices that are happening. And M, like he said, he's like, man, it really hit me. Like, he's right. We're not standing up for these people's rights, and dude. Fucking, I'm loving this track. I'm not loving the context in which it had to have been written. It's like, this shit shouldn't be happening. But Crook is doing a really good job at putting this shit to words.
Stay quiet. Stay quiet.
Put your hand behind you. I can't breathe. 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 I can't breathe.
They tell me I'm resisting arrest, but I'm only protecting my breath. I can't breathe. The cops hate a black man to death. They tell me that mentality left, it didn't leave. See, being black, it come with a price. Sometimes we gotta pay with our life, our family grieve. The grand jury never indict. The grand dragon wearing his white, true indeed. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Full street.
the king, homie. God bless the king, homie.
That's a rough song to listen to, but it's definitely something that needed to be done. Thank you, Crook, for that. One of the reasons I wanted to touch on this song, and obviously I just recently learned that this song happened because of recent things that happened. Again, as I said at the start of this whole thing, like, this shit has got to stop. It's got to stop. We got to start charging these officers with the murders that they are committing. I'm so sick of people saying, "Oh, well, you know, they're resisting arrest." Dude, they're trying to breathe. You're pinning them down. Like, I don't get why we're still like this. I really don't.
Honestly, if you don't see that there's a problem, you're part of the problem.
Right. Very well put, baby. If you don't see there's a problem, then you're part of the problem. Straight up. I'm not going to do a normal outro. You guys know what it is. That's not what we're here for on this one. Whatever it is that we got to do to fix it, we got to do to fix it. But the shit's got to stop. Peace.